So if you've ever heard a child describe a story or like a fantasy world they're creating for like an English lesson or something, you'll notice they put things in there that adults just wouldn't think of. Things that we as adults, we constrain ourselves to norms and things that have been described to us and explained to us, but kids are completely untethered in that way. So obviously computer games are not designed or made by kids, and games like A Skate Story make that actually quite a shame, because there are adults out there that can still tap into that unbridled kind of thing where they just do whatever they want to do, and it's like, this is how it is. And yeah, I really respect that. In the first half an hour alone of Skate Story, your imagination is just trying to keep up with what is being shown to you, which is essentially a demon that lives in the underworld, and he's sick of being kept awake by the moon. And so your demon, the one you play as, has made it his quest, if you will, to set out and eat the moon. Now you can't very much walk to the moon, so obviously he's going to use a skateboard to get there. And yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the story. As the skateboard is not a normal skateboard, you have to enter into a contract with the devil, and by doing that you are now fashioned out of glass. So yeah, you're a demon made of glass that's very breakable, and is riding a skateboard to eat the moon. So as you've probably seen already, the game has a very unique aesthetic. I've never seen a game that looks like this before. This is completely out there. Now I'll be honest, when I first saw the game I thought, it looks like PS2 era. The textures and some of the assets feel like that era when people were trying to make three-dimensional meshes, but they didn't really have a lot of RAM to deal with and a lot of resources. So yeah, the assets themselves have that kind of like last generation look to them. But then what the team have done, or the developer has done with them assets, makes them very much this generation. The lighting, the way the assets move around, just the general feel of the game. I mean, like, we're just in a boss fight on the screen now, and this would not have happened in the PS2 era. So the general layout for the game is you start off and you've got to eat the first moon. And once you do that, you realise there are another 7 moons to go at. Well, I mean, the game says 6 chapters, but I think one of them's got 2 moons. But yeah, it's very basic in some ways. Like, you enter a zone, there's certain things you have to do, like collect something for an NPC, or, you know, collect a certain object to get through to the next part or get a pass. And these invariably revolve around doing skateboarding stuff. Now, as you do tricks, you pick up like a continuous level of power, and then when you do a downward hit on the ground, that is when you release that energy. And you do that with all kinds of things, like breaking things on the floor or dispatching enemies. So the game kind of filters you in the direction of skateboarding pretty much all the way through, which is fine because the game's main thing is skateboarding, and that's where the game excels. Now, unless it wasn't painfully obvious already, I am no expert with skateboarding. I never did it at school, and I don't even play skating games in general anyway. So I know what an ollie is and a heel flip, and that's roughly about it. I know what the truck is. The trucks, sorry. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what I'm talking about. But on the rare occasion I did make it onto a skateboard when I was growing up, this is how I remember it feeling. Like, you feel the concrete going under your feet, the feel of vibration, and yeah, feels like a really authentic skateboarding simulation that is running in the background. And I guess people who play skate games and might be attracted to this game, that is what they want. And the game does a really good job of keeping you in that loop and making you feel like you want to try different things, but the punishment for falling over and basically breaking into 1,000 pieces isn't too harsh because you can just start again. So in terms of the soundtrack, there's like three main sections to the game really. There's these open skate park areas where you're speaking to NPCs, visiting shops and doing tricks and doing your general gameplay and just trying out different ways of skateboarding. Then you've got these like connective tissue sections, like going down tunnels and streets. This is like on rails almost. So you've got to like avoid obstacles, do ollies to jump over things, and go over like ramps and whatnot. And then you've got boss fights as well. Now the latter two, the connective tissue and the boss fights, you get some really nice fast tracks with a really good bass. And yeah, within seconds of doing the first one, I was just bobbing along, having a really good time. The music really enthuses you to get on with the game and enjoy it. And yeah, definitely the soundtrack is one of the highlights of the game. I don't think there's much more I can really tell you about this game other than I highly recommend it. If you like skating games, this is a must play for sure. And even someone like me who's not really into skating games, this I've really enjoyed it and I'm really glad I picked it up. It's currently $16.99 on Steam. That's full price. There's also a demo if you're not sure about giving it a go. You can always give it a go on the demo. And I suspect in the upcoming Steam sales at Christmas and beyond, you'll be able to pick this up for like a tenner or even less. But I like to support developers like this who really take a chance and develop a game that stands out. This game stands out. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm really glad I picked it up. If you do pick it up, I would highly recommend playing it on a controller. It's just one of them games that benefits from analog sticks. And that's a die-hard mouse and keyboard person saying that. So yeah, definitely make sure you've got some type of controller. And that's my review for Skate Story. Thanks for sticking around, guys, till the end if you did. A like and subscribe would be awesome. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think of the game and how it looks, if you're thinking about picking it up. And that will be my last full review for 2025. I will do another video. I think Ashes of Creation's out tomorrow, so I'll definitely be giving that a look and trying that. And I'll post a video on my impressions, I suppose. But yeah, it's been an awesome year, and if I don't speak to you all before, have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.